Hey everybody, welcome to the Ashcan podcast, where we talk about geek-related culture, comic books, movies, wrestling, and music. I'm Jason,
I'm James.
and we're gonna talk wrestling. This will be our first kind of wrestling-centric show. Unfortunately, Phil couldn't be with us, or he'd be here too. A lot of exciting and crazy things that has taken place with in the AEW since their event last weekend. Um, Ryo won the women's tournament and faced the champion, the whoever held the title. She's going to go against the title holder. I don't know if she did this one or is it or somewhere down the line. I don't remember.
No, was it Revolution?
It was at Revolution. Who won that one?
Sheeta.
Okay, so she held
Uh,
on to it.
yeah, and it was Rio Mizunami
Right.
versing Sheeta.
Um, I like the idea of doing a tournament to send somebody to face the champion instead of like the number two contender or whatever. I'm not. I thought it was interesting on who who ended up in the finals for that those tournament brackets on both sides. People I wouldn't have saw do it. I mean, I know my pick was Britt, and Britt didn't made it past the first round and then went into the second round and lost.
Yeah, but also on that first round, Britt faced somebody that got pushed up for Anna Jay being knocked out
Right.
with that injury.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's out on the shoulder injury, getting
Up
waiting
to a
surgery. I
year.
think. Yeah, up to a year. Um, you know, Rio didn't make it. Um, who was that? Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa didn't make it.
Yeah, she didn't make it, which was kind of surprising too, because when I saw that match and it looked, she was doing she's pretty good. She's really good and fun to watch. She's got that kind of Day of the Dead kind of makeup going on,
Hmm.
which I thought was interesting. You had um, Jericho and MJF go against the Young Bucks, and the Young
Titles on
Bucks,
the
the,
line.
the titles on the line, and the Young Bucks still held on to the titles, I believe, or did they get
Yep,
right,
they held on.
right. You had who else was wrestling?
Darby.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that one yet.
Uh, there was a buy-in that was added, kind of like a pre-show,
Okay,
which ended up being Britt Baker. Her valet Rebel wasn't cleared, so they brought in a new wrestler from Japan, Maka Ito, against Thunder Rosa and Rio. I think it was
right,
Rio. The big money match. You had Big Money Matt versus
right.
um,
Hangman.
yeah, Hangman Adam Page.
Mm-hmm.
You had the face. Come here, Jack. You're not a cameraman. I was gonna say you had the face of the Revolution ladder match, which was Scorpio Sky, Lance Archer, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, that was that big tag thing, right?
Well, it wasn't a tag; it was a ladder match.
Okay.
Basically, whoever grabbed the brass ring got to face Darby for the title on the next AEW Dynamite.
Yeah.
Um, Feels like I'm missing a match somewhere in there.
Wasn't that a huge tag one? Like we're
Oh, the tag team
the ten
Casino
man.
Battle Royal
Right.
that had a whole bunch of different tag teams in it.
Right.
Um, Then I think the only other match we're missing is the street fight
Right.
and the exploding death match.
Right. So we'll do so the street fight was Sting and Darby Allin versus Brian Cage and I can't think of his name.
Absolute Ricky Starks.
And Ricky Starks. And the only clip that I saw of that was before I think AEW Dark, where it was Darby doing like insane things during that fight. Like it was he's coming off a ladder, like doing a skateboard onto a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Either him taking a bump or him sending somebody through like a bunch of tables up high.
He sent somebody through them.
Right.
I just don't remember who.
There's not necessarily much to Sting. I didn't see a lot of Sting, but I read an article of the blow by blow, and Sting was messing people up too. Like I think he sent somebody through glass. But now, what was interesting, so the lead up to it, I had to bring it up because it was kind of Brian Cage powerbomb Sting. Sting's like in his late 60s, hasn't been in the ring for a while, and power bombed him. And all you see is the camera kind of go up, straight up from Sting, and Sting's not really moving a whole much. He had a lot of ring rust, let's say. He wasn't hurt. He wasn't hurt. I don't think he was seriously hurt. It was just that he was not used to taking that kind of bump.
No, he wasn't used to it, and he hasn't been in a ring since 2015.
Right. One of these days, I'm going to be able to watch that whole match. I can't wait to see it because from what I heard of the blow by blow and then what that short footage of Darby doing, that must have been a crazy thing to watch.
Yeah, he was kind of a spider monkey.
Right.
If he could climb it, he would climb the posts and try to do coffin drops off of it onto the Brian Cage and Starks.
Right.
Just.
It's crazy. Anything, I mean, well, go ahead.
Anything he could jump off of or anything they could put him through was pretty much that match.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, that would have been, that to me was probably more entertaining than what the main event was.
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, I think it was on Dynamite. They had a promo with Sting and Tony Schiavone talking about the match. And I don't remember who it was, but somebody comes up and totally disrupted the thing. And Sting was on fire, like doing his like promos like he used to do.
Yeah.
This guy interrupts him, comes out talking shit. Excuse my language. Talking smack. Interrupts the whole thing about, I don't remember who it was that came out and talking
Lance
about whatever.
Archer.
Yeah, Archer's mad as heck at somebody and he wants whatever. Totally disrupts his promo. He walks out. And then Tony went back to Sting, and Sting's like asked if he had anything else, and he's, "Oh, I'm all good, Tony." Not in that real bombastic, like when he's talking, he's like just short of just hollering and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that I think was in the end a better match than the now infamous exploding barbed wire death match. So it was Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley for the belt. Everybody's complaint is the end. I'm sure it was a great match because both those guys are really good, and they probably put on a really good performance. Everybody's complaint,
hardcore.
Right? Everybody's complaint is the end. So apparently, Moxley gets handcuffed to the mat to await this explosion. Eddie Kingston comes out and covers his friend to protect him while his clock is coming down. The clock counted down, and it was not what everybody was wanting or expecting. Basically, some sparklers and smoke bombs, and that was it. So, of course, right after the event, everybody is mad as heck about it. And the storyline that they played off was that, like, Omega didn't know what he was doing in setting up the ring because, of course, the story angle is that Omega was the one that had set the ring up for this match. And so he gets the blame right after the match. Moxley, the cameras weren't rolling, and he picked up a mic, and he was just like, "What was that?" Like that, like it. What he goes, "Is that what this was supposed to be?" Because I wouldn't have done it. Like kind of that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And so, of course, the pundits like you and I and everybody else, they're all mad as heck at this match about the ending. The initial stuff after the fact was that they weren't necessarily sure if they would be able to do what they were planning on doing with the fire marshal. And because they weren't necessarily in an enclosed space, but they weren't outdoors either. And I guess it became an issue with concerning the pyrotechnics. That's kind of what I kind of remember reading.
Yeah, now they've made it part of more of the storyline when they aired AEW Dynamite this past week.
Right. So what was said on Dynamite?
Basically, what was first said was that it was this big plan of Don Callis and Kenny. The fans were waiting for it. Moxley, you were waiting for it. So we just decided to take it away.
Really?
That's why the ending of that match was subpar for that type of style of match.
Right. I want to look up something.
Right ahead.
No, I got to look it up. So, but anyway, and to me, it's just like there was just such a build up for that match, and then to have that ending like that, like it just like what the.
The best thing, there was an interview on Dynamite with Moxley and Kingston sitting together, being drinking buddies again. The comment that was made, I survived a barbed wire death match, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt. And then he shows his shirt.
Oh wow!
So that was kind of funny.
Yeah. Let me. I got to pull this up because now, of course, Jim Cornette had a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
So I guess what, and I don't want to put words in anybody's mouths, but what what you can get from Cornette when he's concerning this stuff. Cornette's got like there's a certain way of wrestling that he enjoys watching and he likes and he enjoys. And this the more of the extreme kind of hardcore stuff that's not his cup of tea. And in a way he views that as to be like an insult. Like, kind of like, gimmicky kind of a thing. And he doesn't he usually says quite a bit about it. And that's what he does. That's Jimmy. Like, I mean, love or hate him, he's going to have his opinions. He's going to have the things that he likes and doesn't like. Now, he's been super critical about AEW from its inception.
Yeah.
Whether it's the organization, the style matches, the Young Bucks, who he doesn't like. But there's a history there. Okay, so I'm going to read an excerpt from something that I read that I came off of the WrestleTalk.com.
Okay.
The title, it's again, I want to have to give credit to where it's due. It was written by Tempest, And the title of it, Jim Cornette reveals angry reaction to AEW's exploding barbed wire match. This is what Cornette had to say. They got it from inside the ropes. He, quote, Omega, challenged John Moxley to an exploding barbed wire match, and at the same time, the entire United States of America said, "What? Who in the United States of America saw the exploding barbed wire death match in the Kawasaki Stadium 25 years ago? Is that the one with Funk?"
I don't know which one that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, we may have to do like a review on that or a reaction. People trading VHS tapes, is that really that difficult to understand? They're minute little core of nerd, hardcore, smart Japanese fans. That kind of audience wasn't enough to keep Ring of Honor alive 10 years ago. Did you watch? Is that a true statement?
I haven't actually got to see any of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it at all. I'll keep going. It's quoting. It's not enough to keep anything else alive today. In their minds, they are marks. They think this means something besides the fact that nobody knows in the grand scheme of things on American television that nobody knows what the F exploding barbed wire death match is, looks like, sounds like. It also sounds goofy and outlaw. Quote, so we're going to see another garbage match where they're going to take all kinds of bumps and do all kinds of stupid stuff. I'm censoring. With barbed wire. They're going to take chances on legitimately injuring themselves. They're probably going to get cut up for real for a match that had a phony build-up that nobody believes. I got to interrupt. I got to interject something. Did you watch the promo that Moxley cut before that match?
I think I did. I just can't recall
it. It was a promo of a lifetime where he basically said, like, I live for this. You know, that kind of thing. And got like, it was a really well done promo. Well, after this, I'll have to see if I can find it. Back to it. Quoting, like they're one of those hardcore death match promotions instead of something that they could have legitimately respected as an endeavor that's being replaced on national television. And it just buries the wrestling business again. Quote, it's going to be ridiculous. And these things never work. They can't put this on television. They can't put this television blanking program together flawlessly from an editing standpoint. Just formatting the effing thing. How do you think that they're going to do it at advanced special effects? It's stupid. It never works. It just looks like low rent, cheap and sideshowish. I have enough expectations that it's going to be a technical fiasco and another outlaw garbage match between two effing guys that don't know how to work. End quote. So, and he's entitled to his opinion. He's also been in the business for years in various capacities.
Yeah. He's been in the business so long. He was part of the territories at one time.
Yes, he was. Yeah, Crockett Promotions, yeah. So
that's what I thought.
Yeah. So he also had that wrestling Old Smoky.
Mm-hmm.
Or Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Anyway.
Yeah, Smoky Mountain.
Right. So automatically he's going to crap all over it, and that's his right. It's the type of wrestling that he doesn't enjoy. He doesn't view that as an art. He doesn't view it as anything other than what he perceives it as, is to be one big ginormous error of a match.
Right.
So I don't know what else but to me it doesn't. It kind of works against him in a way, because every time he brings up AEW, he's giving that much more attention to the promotion, that whether he likes them or not.
Yeah.
What I understood is he doesn't like AEW, and he, for whatever his reasonings is, he doesn't like how the match build-ups. He has his issues with AEW, and that's fine. But he's not doing he's not doing he's not doing anything negatively. He's just, you know, saying his opinion, running his mouth, however you want to say it, and it's not everybody is not going to side with him.
No. And I was just thinking, I thought he had a problem with Cody Rhodes before too, before AEW ever came about.
I wouldn't, I don't know. I mean, not that I've read anything about it. I just know that he just he has a history with the Young Bucks, where I think they asked him to be their manager or something like that, and he worked with them. And give me one. Let me look that up, because I did hear that one, and it was a specific story. But so, what was the play? So in the end, it was just basically like, you know, a Moxley that came out and said, well, you know, guess what? This was our intention all along, or
For the end of the match,
yeah,
it was Omega that said that.
okay,
That he was taking Moxley's glory and what the fans wanted away.
yeah. I would have to play it. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I might do that another time. It's not necessarily pertaining to what we're doing. I might bring that up, but yeah, there's some. He has a legitimate gripe with them, that he doesn't. His viewpoint is he doesn't view them as to be good wrestlers or good workers, and
Right.
they were kind of asking too much. And I'm probably wrong. I don't want to misquote him, because I mean, I do respect him. I have enjoyed him through the years, but Um, it sounds like overall it was good, but it was just that ending that everybody has a problem with, and it's not right for. It's a storyline thing, and I get it. So, what's the bounce back from this going to be like? Because we both know he's going after Christian. I mean, him and Christian are setting up for some kind of war.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we'll see something that's going to be worth it. To me, the Sting and Darby match was it. If they ended on that, like, there would have been no issues, no massive complaints on the ending. It would have been a street fight,
Yeah.
and Darby doing his thing, Sting doing his thing, and just, tearing it up. I mean, but kudos to everybody that was involved. I mean, because that's not an easy thing to pull off. Because there may have been a point where there were no cameras rolling and they were having to frickin' do that, like there was an audience standing there, and I've heard that's really difficult. So I don't know. I can't wait to see that match, but I like, again, I don't really know what to say. I just know the ending everybody's got a complaint with, but understand too. There's technicalities that have to be done to do something like that, and people have to be trained how to deal with that. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, those death matches, and I mean, because I think McFoley was involved in one. Famously, he was involved in one.
Foley and Funk in Japan.
Right, and if I remember correctly, Foley scared the hell out of the person that was next to him, because he was burned from the gunpowder, cuts, dry blood and everything else, and he legit scared, like in first class, he scared the hell out of somebody.
Yeah.
And the smell, because of course, he probably, he didn't get any kind of medical attention while he was there. He just went home with a pocket full of money.
Right.
So, um, It's just I don't know. Like I said, I was looking forward to the. I was more looking forward to the Sting and the Sting Darby Allin street fight with Cage and Armstrong, because they must have tore that place down with it sound like. I'm going to pull up that promo that I was telling you about of Moxley. Let's see if we can pull that up. So, anything else that you watched that you've been into or that you want to talk about, James?
Uh, Nothing I've really watched, but the few things I've touched on Dynamite recently.
Yeah. I'm sorry about
But I
this.
mean,
There's a lot of really good stuff too. Impact's got a lot of interesting things going on too.
yeah, we gotta have time to look it up and check it out.
Yeah, like I said, all my stuff has been on YouTube, like like just look like watching it on YouTube. Sorry, it's taking so long. I wish I had this set up. That was right there. Like I said, I can't stop talking about um Black Taurus. That guy. Every time I see him wrestle, it's just like, oh my god.
Right.
I guess while I'm looking this up, we could talk about what the aftermath of it in pertaining to the inner circle. They went to go have a war council, and in that war council, it comes out that MJF has been secretly plotting to put his own group together. And then out comes Tully Blanchard and some other people.
FTR,
FTR.
um, Sean Spears, and Wardlow.
Right. Because Wardlow was what was in the inner circle, correct?
He was in the inner circle by proximity. He's a hired gun by MJF. So technically, he is MJF's employee wherever he goes.
Right.
But
So yeah, go ahead.
there was a very awesome match between Wardlow and Hager when they were trying to get the inner circle on the same page, though.
Oh yeah.
And it's just that's one you got to look up to watch.
Oh yeah.
Wardlow versus Hager.
Yeah. Yeah. promo, but I just don't want.
What you watching?
And so that's a big shakeup. So now it's a riff off the Four Horsemen, is what my understanding is.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Blanchard, FTR, and
With Final Fantasy 14.
Sean Spears.
Right.
But then
Can we
now
maybe
there's this
talk
bigger
about?
group with MJF.
So I got a little bit more of his back. Disgusting because it was blood.
I'm telling you, he did a promo and he was talking about it, and he's just like, I live for this. And he's sitting in a chair in the middle of the freaking rain. And it makes me so mad I can't find it. Anyway, no, I'm taking too much time with this. I guess I'll share it on our Facebook page.
Okay.
When I can find it. But yeah, there was a promo. There was a promo that he did before, like it was before the event. And he's sitting in the middle of the rain. I don't remember, the gist of it was like, I live for this. Like, bring it on. And it was like a promo of a lifetime that he cut. But yeah, so MJF is no longer in the inner circle. But then I did see Sammy Guevara there.
Yeah, he came back and outed MJF.
Oh, really? What? Oh, officially outed him, or what? When he left because he said, "I'm not going to take. Next time he screws up, I'm out."
No, Sammy had gone into one of the locker rooms, put his camera or his phone on a camera mode, and recorded MJF.
That I remember
Trying to
before.
set the
Yeah.
others up.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Hi, Nikki.
Well, I've got headphones in. She can't hear you.
All right, that's fine. We'll leave her be. So, yeah. So that's going to be an interesting thing because now you're looking at group versus group kind of action going on.
Right.
I'm trying to think of what else. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens from now, what their how things are going to go down. Because you said that the Nightmare family's starting to have a breakup.
Right. A little bit, but I have to look more into that because it's slowly one by one.
Yeah. Wow. So that's cool stuff. Trying to think of what else. Anything out of WWE?
Not offhand. Just might have to save it for another time.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on that I've got to sit down and break down to review it correctly.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll save that for when you come back.
Right.
I've also gotten into Rosemary, the character of Rosemary.
Yeah.
And I heard an interview that she did in character, and she's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
She must be a very, very artistic person anyway, because that makeup that she comes out in is just well done.
Yeah.
But just the type of I watched when Impact had a thing called Wrestle House. Have you heard about this?
Vaguely.
I don't really know. I don't know a whole lot about the concept, but there was a match between her and this other girl because it involved Johnny Bravo, and it felt like I was watching something in an anime cartoon. and I'm not I'm not like in a downplay manner, but this how the storytelling in it reminded me of something that would have gone on in an anime show.
Yeah, it seems like that sometimes with Rosemary.
Right. You know, and it's just, you know, I don't know. Like, to me, I could see her coming into AEW and doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like say, like the Dark Order, like they do something creative with the Dark Order again.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're gonna have to give the Dark Order time, like as a group, to kind of to heal
Yeah.
and to come to grips.
After.
Because right now they're a family. You know, they have that family thing going on. But I think when they're able to do something or there's a creative change, to me, Rosemary needs to be involved, or she needs to be in the organization and do something with Bunny,
What?
aka Allie.
Yeah, but long as they're not repeating storylines.
True, yeah. Like it's a fresh take on it.
Because Allie was in TNA.
Yeah, because there was a big storyline with the two of them, and in the interview that I saw her doing characters, because her face was painted, it was brilliant. She's like, well, we don't know Allie in this form because of the of her whole shtick. Like, we don't know Allie in this form. We don't know this Allie.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be interesting too. Like I said, there's just too many things going on. But I think we will wrap this up because I can't think of anything else to talk about.
Not really.
Yeah. And I know you're gearing up for a trip. So we're going to go ahead and put a pin in this. So this is the end of our first wrestling-centric show. If you have an idea of a name for it, put it in comments below. We'll look at it. We may give this one its own thing. And Phil, you know, and again, I didn't do this intentionally without Phil, but Phil's got other things going on, and Saturdays is kind of a tough day for him to hook up with to do anything on. So I just hey Phil, you know, we love you, bro. You know, but you're a part of this too. And so in the future, he'll be involved as well. Matter of fact, I might record with him next Thursday and do some stuff with him too. Because right now I'm looking at it to give kind of like behind the scenes thing. So James and I know what days off he is in my schedule right now. We can do something on Fridays. Like, you know, during the day, it doesn't matter. But we can do something on Fridays where Phil can do something on Thursdays, and James has obligations on Thursdays that he can't break away, but he can do Friday. So I have to, or we do something on another day where all three of us can do something. That'll have to be worked out later. But you know, that's all I can think to say about that. So, like I said, if you like this, you agree with us, you disagree with us, put it in comments. You know, let's get a discussion going. With that being said, you can get in touch with us at the official Ashcan podcast at gmail.com. Drop us a line with your complaints or gripes or praises. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. Give us a subscribe if you like it. You know, just let us know. So for that, we're going to wrap this up. This is I'm Jason.
I'm James.
And we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to the Ashcan podcast.